Fever, away!
Welcome back to Chriscast. We are there, the final game. It is, of course, the grand final of this Season 24 Preseason Cup. And we have some familiar names in the final. In one corner, we have the reigning Premiership champions, SDCK. And they'll be coming up against Twice, formerly known as I Came, I Saw, I Conquered, formerly known as Veni Vidi Vici. We'll call them Twice, but there's some familiar names on that roster as well, both coming through their semi-finals against Failer Esports and Gator Esports, respectively. They're going to be playing a best of 3 in this grand final to see who will win the preseason. We are on Twitch, obviously, but we're also on YouTube, Twitter, Discord. Check out all of those places if you want updates on what's going on with Chriscast. You can go check that out on the links displayed on the page. I think I merked a game of Highlander on this map, and I just remember the mid being very open. So that does support your soldiers having a good time idea. Maybe with heavies in play, not so much. We'll have to see. The other map we're going to be seeing definitely tonight is Proplant, which is pro version of Coalplant. So that will be King of the Hill, 2 different game modes. And then Glassworks is, well, the final decider map if we need to go that far. On the one side, we have SDCK. On Scout, we're going to have Viljack, Jackie Legs on Soldier, Yahoo on Pyro, Murphy Demo, Sandburn on Heavy, Clark on Engineer, Sprayer Medic, Proki on Sniper, and Mezzo on Spy. While Twice will have Piyaka on Scout, Dima on Soldier, Del T on Pyro, Sammy Demo, Blur Heavy, Rambasaur on Engineer, Jorge on Medic, Denkra Sniper, and Sneaky on Spy.
And it looks like we are getting ready here. This is the ETF2L Highlander Season 24 Grand Finals of the Preseason Cup, SDCK versus Twice. My name's Godfather, joined by CeeJaey on the mic, Wiethoofd behind the scenes. Going in onto this first mid. Again, I'm going to be watching the Soldier. Very excited to see what he's able to do. Demos are going to exchange some spam. Looks like SDCK has gotten there a little bit earlier. Scouts dancing around this midpoint as well. Just waiting to see the initiation from Jackie Legs. He's going to be going behind into that cellar area on the left side. Maybe going for the sniper now. Getting right onto Denkra. Hits nice 2 rockets. 3 go down early on for the side of Twice. Only trading up for 2 here as Murphy actually falling. No demo now and losing their sniper as well. It's maybe looking a little rough now, but a lot of frags going in favor of SDCK. Looks like they'll be able to close this one out as they're just hunting down the last players. And the other choke, Mezzo getting a 1 stab. Can he find the revolver kills? He's so low and he will go down. A very sloppy mid-fight here, CeeJaey, but it looks like SDCK is going to come out on top.
That was beautiful. It's actually still going on here. We got Piyaka and a mini sentry kind of still contesting this mid somewhat as Denkra on the respawn's coming back in. Jackie Legs going in behind. Rampasaur almost predicted it. These two have played on this map before in this cup in the group stage, and it was a 5-0 to SDCK, so lots of things to learn from, I guess, for Twice. But Jackie Legs going in behind and really opening things up by taking down the sniper early on, and then the combos just went at it, and it was Mezzo getting the kill onto Jorge. He was unaware of the spy in the choke. The Uber is used really early here, Godfather, and Twice are just going to back out. No casualties.
I think the fear of Denkra, who's peeking down that sightline bed, was pretty isolated just with the Demo Man, and this Uber getting stuffed almost entirely, actually losing 2 as the Scout and Heavy. Now the Pyro all falling for the side of SDCK. They do have good point presence on the second, but it's not going to be enough, it seems, as the Pyro working his way forward, picks off the Sniper as Procky will fall, and now the question is, how quickly does the side of Twice want to flood back in here? They're almost at this full Uber charge, and while they sit and choke a little while longer, Mezzo's going to be looking for a pick. Maybe onto a combo class. It looks like he's going to get the heavy. Nice play there. As now flooding forward is this Demo Man taking a lot of spam. As what is this rotation from SDCK? They're going back in through cellar, getting behind choke, and they're going to start trying to backcap this. They got to be careful of the few players left on second, as well as the Uber being popped in choke by the side of the red team as Twice tries to flood back and recap it. This is absolute chaos right now. The med did go down for SDCK, but that's the backcap, and SDCK will go up 1-0 in this first round of the first map.
That was so well played. That's high risk, high reward play. Yahoo dropping a question mark in chat there. Just realizing that Twice were going to push through the choke with that Uber. They just flood as many players as they can do that side area, get the backup. They lose Sprayer, but they don't really care. They force the Uber, they've got the backup, and Viljack is able to just run to last and get the final point. I'm 1-0 after only a few minutes, and Twice are going to be seething after that shortly. You know, it looked like they were coming back into that, and onto a new mid-fight, 1-0 down.
Right in on this, the Sniper's looking for the sightline onto the med, can't quite find it. Jackie Legs up in the air, going for the bomb onto Denkra, will pick off that Sniper. Early Sniper death, but it will trade out for his own life. Heavy also falling to the side of Twice as Demo exchanging a little bit of spam here. Gotta be careful of that sniper. Now Mezzo trying to trap him out. Gets a nice trap and will spam down that shuttered door of Cellar. Mid cap will go to SDCK as they begin working the way forward. A very far forward sniper. Crocky right now holding down this sight line, but the rest of his team rotating around into the caves here. Got to be careful on the side of Twice to not get caught out in this bad positioning. Mezzo is going to work his way forward. Got to be careful to get caught out by that entry before he's in position. Now through caves, this Pyro exchanging a lot of spam. Delt's going to get taken down with the demo spam. As mentioned, Fleur also following, and the Uber is popped out onto this Pyroclast right now. Popping back onto the Scout is decided Twice. They're going to have to try to get more frags here in this post-fight. Yahoo picking up a pack. This Vibijak did find Denkra, and a lot of frags going in favor of SDCK. This exchange looking in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not really good there from Twice. They drop 2 players, and then they get forced in a really, really bad situation. Viltrek there actually getting a ball kill onto a sentry gun there, so using that baseball bat to good effect. And it's going to be a reflection from Delty that actually might save things here. Murphy is trying to get some spawn cap, but they haven't got any point pressure. Spark is finally turning up, may be able to hold off Dima, but he is holding strong with those rockets, and it looks like they may be able to hold on here a little bit longer. But yeah, just when you have these Uber exchanges, you really want to be in a situation where you can fight afterwards and you know, have some sort of advantage. And SDCK were just in a perfect position. Ironically enough, Jorge had about a 20% Uber advantage because he was in the thick of it. He was in the action. A little bit more risky. He was building that Uber faster during the mid-fight. Sprayer was down at 80%, and if only Twice had known that, they could have been a little bit more aggressive, but they dropped 2, and they have an unfavorable Uber advantage. Now Sprayer with the 20% out, the Uber's coming in, Godfather.
It's going to be right onto this left side, trying to get damage onto the combo before this Uber comes back the other side, but Jorge is going to be able to resup and spawn, and a lot of frags not going in the favor of SDCK. They're going to continue to pressure this point here. The Pyro underneath, snipers watching this heavy, should be able to get a nice shot. Unable to find the medic in the earlier push, but now putting on the show, and lots of frags going in favor of Twice. They'll hold on to their last. I do have to mention Spryer was like sub 30 health for a good 10 seconds in their first attempt, and just very slippery here, and the demo will die late to the fight. Not going to be a good thing for SDCK.
Yeah, that was really crazy. They had a 20% Uber advantage. They used it on the left, really close. Jorge actually gets forced here by Jaculeg, so that has been a bit of a saving grace for this current engagement. Clark living there way too long for Twice's happiness. But yeah, using the Uber onto Murphy into last, he gets 1 sticky onto Jorge, doesn't manage to get any more damage, and they didn't get the medic kill. And once that happened, Twice were able to hold last pretty comfortably. And now they're starting to roll forward. They do not have their Uber anymore, but they are getting kills. Oh no! Brokey with the headshot onto Jorge. Sandburn starting to get some kills. He is just running that gun into people's faces. And what was looking so good for Twice, they just overextended a little bit too much. Dima behind.
Oh, the counter jump from Jaculeg is going to be enough to distract him, and Scout's going to clean up that frag, but that could have been absolutely catastrophic to even up that Uber situation here. Spryer with 100% wants to work his way forward. I believe Spy is behind in choke right now, so Spyre's definitely got to be careful as they begin to cap this second point out. Spy's decloaked. Maybe Mezzo will be able to find him. Yep, it's going to just be guns blazing on that point. No frags, though. Sneaky is sneaky here. Looking onto last now, though. The Uber is getting popped out onto the Heavy and Scout. Mostly the Scout is the focus, though, as he starts to try to cap point out. Not looking good. The collapse could come in onto this Heavy. It will be Delt coming forward to assist with that. And now backing their way out through this left side will be Spryer. Once again, SDCK can't really convert here.
Yeah, they're struggling with the last pushes. They are having these Uber advantages coming into last, but they're not focusing down the frags. They're kind of getting caught in between going for the medic, going for the damage passes, or going for the point. And unless you focus one of those things and do it well, you're not going to get much done. But Uber is forced from Twice here, and they're having to go forward, trying to get some kills. Clark and Murphy both going down, but you want a little bit more. Finally, Yahoo also goes down, and that's probably going to be enough for them to solidify this point. But again, it's this leapfrog action where they have an Uber advantage, they get forced, the other team has an Uber advantage, they get forced. The medics aren't really dying at the moment other than these last holds, and that means that, you know, we're trading a point and an Uber back and forth, and you know, SDCK are happy because they haven't lost mid for the entirety of this game so far.
Absolutely, and they're going to play this pretty passively, it looks like, as they wait for their Uber to come online. I do want to note, Sandburn is behind in Cave right now. He's going to be flanking around, maybe go for a back cap, or just come through choke. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like he's going for the choke, and the rest of his team is going to use this Uber out of their cellar. Sneaky is looking for a pick if he can. He'll get caught, I believe. Now, a lot of frags going in the favor of SDCK. They'll pick up the Med, the Sniper, and the Pyro, and continue to work their way forward. Sandburn leading the charge right now, trying to catch players out, but he's got to be careful. The Demo and Heavy on the other side of things are right on him, and he will get taken out. And Mezzo will find a couple of stabs in the mix as well. Only 3 alive twice. SDCK had another opportunity to push in onto last in just a moment.
Sorry, I'm on my phone right now with a ring Wiethoofd because I want to know where Sandburn was during the entirety of that exchange, because they used the Uber onto Jackie Legs. Just again, Godfather, talking about what you said about how open it is on that mid-fight, using the Soldier to great effect, getting in onto the medic, and Sandburn was behind. The Heavy was behind with the Tomislav Ninja Heavy to gun down the combo after the initial the initial damage from the Jackie Legs Uber. Sorry, and yeah. Even Jorge types in the chat, surprise, because nobody knew that Sandburn was behind, but he was able to completely clean up. And again, Uber advantage coming into last here. Jorge is going to go into the spawn this time. We've got some players trying to play the point, but again, Dima and Del T are doing a great job in just denying it for that little bit longer. And SDCK, they have the high ground, but the point is on the low ground. Jackie Legs! Get on there.
Jackie Legs! Oh, just barely.
It's a struggle though, right? They're not doing this crisply or cleanly.
Looking clean.
No.
It's not looking clean at all.
But 2-0 on the board, and that's what matters at the moment. 10 minutes gone in the game, SDCK 2-0 up. Twice are going to have to think about something on these mid-fights.
Yeah, you'd hope maybe focusing on their focus fire here, gun down the crucial targets in on this mid. So far, not too much. Demoman going to exchange spam. Maybe a pipe or two hitting here and there. Snipers looking down the sidelines, trying to find the med pick if possible. Rotating on the left here. Sandburn went through his own cave. He's completely isolated, but no one's going to chase him down as the rest of Twice is rotating on that left side. Delt does get taken out by the scout. And now a lot of scattered players for Twice right now. As Jackie Legs is going to jump in looking for Jorge. Can't quite pick him up. Sandburn also died. Oh, it's absolute chaos as Jorge will get piped down by Murphy at the end of the day. And an opportunity for Clark to come in. 1v1 the Denka. Can he get it? He two-shots him. A beautiful flank play coming out. And now it's just the Soldier trying to pick up the med. Gets the force off, actually. And essentially a team wipe as Delt is just a respawner.
I mean, that's kind of the best thing they could have asked for. They lose the mid-fight, they get pretty much wiped. But Dima managing to get the force there, they are going to lose second. They do not have the manpower to hold on to it, but they will have an equal Uber scenario on last. If SDCK want to try and dry push this, then it's going to be a mistake. But they're going to have to maybe go into a bit of a stalemate here. They'll be happy with that. 2-0 up. They can just throw in some sacks, wait for Brokey or Mezzo to open things up with a big pick. Twice are the ones who have to do something. It looks like they're trying to do something on this fast side, Godfather. They want to come through.
Yeah, they are really trying to press any round they can get, and Sandburn is the target of a lot of spam, but they're actually going to find this demo, and now the back half opportunity coming in from Spy. The Pyro will pick him up. Now the Soldier Jackie Legs tries to jump in. There are a lot of frags going in favor of SDCK. The medic is still alive. On the other side of things now, it's just him and the Spy. Oh, it's not enough. And that will be a 3-0. I don't actually know if that was the Spy. I think the Spy was alive. I didn't see who the med was with.
Yeah, the scout ran onto the point. It was initially, I think it was the Spy getting a little bit of back cap time. But yeah, 3-0. And that's the problem with trying to push out from last in Highlander. I mean, 6 is Highlander. If you're pushing out from last on 5 CP, you need to have some sort of advantage. In an equal Uber situation with no concernable picks to talk about, it's very, very difficult. And you know, Twice took a gamble there. Really didn't work out for them. And what looked like a bad situation is even worse.
Oh, Jackie Legs doing one of my favorite things, fast bombing, and there's the counter bomb. Comes in and picks up Rocky on the other side of things. Sandburn also going to go down, so 3 down for both sides right now. Dima falling to the shotgun of Yahoo. This Pyro being a nuisance, trying to deny the space as this rotation from SDCK comes around to the right side. Del doing such a good job. Yahoo's just spotting forward, and I think he picked up a frag there onto the scout, but not too much else. Only 2 alive, the medic and sniper, and Jorge is just gonna use his Uber, tauntaun point, and try to escape, but this is, no way he lives. No way he lives! No, what? That is the slipperiest med I've ever seen.
You just can't catch Jorge. Sometimes he's just going to wriggle out of your sights, and the Uber is used onto Viljak here through the choke, and I mean, you get a teleporter with it. It's not the best Uber I've ever seen, but I guess technically not the worst. Teleport, yeah. But the difference I am seeing on these mid-fights is between the soldiers. JackeyLegs isn't going for anything on the combo. He's not going for the medic. He's jumping in, getting the sniper, getting somebody on the flank, and just being behind them, being annoying. Whereas Dima is opting to do a high bomb straight into the combo, trying to get the medic, but Sprayer is just dodging and weaving. And because there's so many players within that combo, you got a Pyro, you got a Heavy, he just gets taken down very quickly. So he's being very ineffective by going for the combo. JackeyLegs is saying, whatever, I don't care about the combo, I don't care if we get the medic, I'm going to go for the sniper, I'm going to go for the flank classes, and that's actually working out better rather than going for the big picks. So SDCK enjoying the spoils of mid just because of all that space that's afforded to them. They do have a bit of an advantage here, but I'm not sure they're aware of it. But it's kind of negligible to talk about, really. Equal Ubers, Denkra versus Brokey is going to be the sniping. Murphy doing a little sticky jump there. You see on the scaffolding to try and see what's above. But nothing really happening.
Yeah, two people walk in, the scout and the soldier, unable to find anything except the respawn timer here. I'm guessing that we won't see another push-out attempt, but Delt wants to be aggressive. I might have spoken too soon, as that Heavy's also in position, but if Delt gets caught here, that would likely be enough for... yep, that's going to be the Uber, exactly what I thought. Sandberg's going to get it popped on him. It's just a Heavy be Heavy, but then the demo jumps forward and he doesn't get the flash. Murphy will go down. An opportunity. Dima going forward, can't quite find anything else. Do note that Blur found Yahoo as well. But the rest of that Uber, JackeyLegs tries to go forward, can't find too much. Mezzo getting a pick, but I don't think it will be enough. Sandberg is so weak in this choke point right now. As Dima's going to try to jump back around it. I think we might see some reaggression from Twice, as the medic is just supported by Heavy and Clark. 1 health and she can't stay alive. Not looking good for SDCK, giving up some ground here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering the amount of time that Murphy spent on the scaffolding, whether that counts as a construction site accident there, dying, getting dropped out of the Uber. But Sammy and Delt both getting killed again. It seems at the moment that Blur is staying alive in the combo, but you know, dropping your Pyro and your demo out of that combo, SDCK are just quite happy without that territory being denied from them, and they don't actually give up the second point. They give up the high ground on second, but the point isn't actually on the high ground. You have to move forward a little bit, and they're just happy to just sit back, almost like sunshine, soak up that pressure, and then once they got a couple of picks, move forward. It was Murphy with those pipes who was able to just fling them over the wall and take down Denkra. So with no sniper, you have sort of the freedom of the site to do whatever you want. And again, it's going to be Prokey trying to get an angle here, maybe get a bit of a pick. Both medics on 100% Uber, and he gets Denkra.
Uber's going to come in, pop first by the side of SDCK, but they immediately lose their Pyro, and that means it's going to be a far worse Uber, as they're going to lose Murphy as well to some pipes. Clark trying to take the demo down with his shotgun. Can he get it? Doesn't look like he will, as 3 go down, including the med. Twice maybe coming alive a bit here. Pyro's doing his best to find the Heavy, but there is nothing left for SDCK on this point. But the back cap! Oh, so close! I believe that was Procky or...
it was Viljak, actually. He just ran underneath. Yeah, he's done that a couple of times. I mean, he was the one who got that first cap, which was a kind of a back cap in that first round. And he just keeps on slipping by. And at the moment, Twice are taking these risks. They need to, because they're 3 down, less than 15 minutes to go. They need to start being a little bit more aggressive. And I'm liking it. It's working. You know, they're taking these fights. They're winning the fights. But that does leave them open to some crazy plays. And back caps and, you know, just weird aggression out of SDCK is going to cause things. Dima dies there. Tries to jump and survive. And a big Uber, Sammy launching himself forward. Is actually going to get Sprayer with the stickies. And gets the flash to survive. This is absolute crunch time.
A really nice play there. That combo played it pretty perfectly. There are some players around. You got to be careful of JackeyLegs, who went for... He was sitting on like a wall bug above the entrance to cave, and then dropped down and tried to go behind, but during that time, his medic did get taken out, as more players will fall. Yahoo picked off by the sniper. Mezzo's in behind. He's going to definitely be looking for a combo pick here if possible, but going to be a tall task. People are aware of his life. CeeJaey, what are you expecting to see on this repush?
I'm expecting SDCK, seeing a sniper down, they want to go in, take this space and get Proki an angle, which he's already in the choke. He just wants to do something. Look how long the respawn is on Denkra. He's still got another 10 seconds down. They're going to try and take this far side or do something. Actually, it's going to be twice of the aggressors. Yeah, they're the ones who want to try and come in here because, again, time is of the essence. There's a backup going on. Viljack, again, getting in behind. Will get taken down by Blur, but, you know, Uber advantage here from Jorge, 25%. This is when they twice need to act on this now.
Really interesting situation where twice they wanted to go in onto mid through caves, but just didn't have the players, didn't have the damage, really didn't find anything with it. And now we're kind of back where we started. Sneaky is behind, but immediately deleted. Oh no, that was... I spoke too soon. That was Deadringer, and he finds the demo afterwards, so a nice pick there, but I don't think it'll be enough for Twice to come forward. As I say that, they're rotating again around into this cave system, and they want to come onto point, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Heavy, he's getting tanked right now on the side of SDCK, and the Uber's going to get popped onto him. Dima does die, no soldier in play for the red team as they try to escape through caves once again. Jorge will fall, though, to the scout. Viljack is able to output that damage, get in his face, and find the frag. Blur, sitting in cellar right now, is going on a rampage, finally falls to the scout. And although very sloppy, we might see with the demo committing onto point. Oh, the pipe exchange! That was
you
that
take
was a
that.
funny
You
one.
take that. Yeah, fly in, take out the
those.
sniper. You know, you're gonna die, but it's good. It's good. Let your rest of your team clean up. I mean, I like what Twice are doing. They get Sneaky opens things up. Really good pick there onto Murphy. No demo, and they know. Okay, that's a demo down. We can do something. We can go in, take the exchange, get something done. The problem is, they go in through a massive choke point. They all take a ton of damage, and once the Ubers are over, of course they're going to have a worse Uber because they're the ones being the initiators. Jackie Legs jumps in, and it's just an absolute crunch in that choke. And you just think, if they'd gone through the shutter, even if they'd gone in through choke, it would have worked out so much better for them. So at the moment, they're getting these openings, but they're not doing enough to make them work. Maybe against a weaker team, that could have been worked, that could have happened, you know, much better.
100%.
But yeah, SDCK, you can't do that.
SDCK, they tried for an under push there, was pushing onto the scout, and it did not work out. Fire's getting taken out now late into this Uber, and backup opportunity, but there's the entirety of Twice only down their scout right now. Attempted push through under, did not go their way. Now on this left choke, Sandburn's gotta be careful because Dank is on a kill streak right now of 4, excuse me, and he's finally turning it on here. There we go, 5 picks off the demo man.
Yeah, they're gonna get this cap. Actually, Jackie Legs jumps in from behind and gets enough damage on Jorge to really maybe, you know, cause him to sweat a little bit there, but a nice serve keeps him alive. 30% advantage. Sammy already launching himself forward onto the roof of that hut there, and yeah, this is where they need to start rolling. They need to start pressing the W key here. Godfather, you know, they're at 90%, 40% ad. Proki is down, no sniper for SDCK. They can easily walk in here and start taking fights, use this Uber. They're just hesitating, and that's the problem. You cannot hesitate. Got to go with your convictions, get in and take that fight.
And here is the fight, popping this Uber in, getting them at very low, below 20 health is Fire. The Pyro's going to chase him down now. Delt will sacrifice his life for that Mezzo, looking for the medic in the choke, getting some sauce and the butter knife to pick him off in the end, and now the collapse onto Blur. Heavy will fall. Good DM there from the side of SDCK, looking to clean up more kills, but Mezzo and Jackie Legs both going to get taken out. So maybe not able to hold momentum. Very scattered players from SDCK. They got some on the midpoint, some on choke, some at spawn. Everyone is all over the place, and it is just an absolute chaotic GM fest right now, CeeJaey.
The problem there is they have this huge Uber, they're going through choke, but they just don't finish it off quick enough. If they get in and they kill Spray quickly, they can consolidate themselves, regroup in choke, fight from there. But the problem is it takes them so long to get Sprayer down that people are able to flank. Mezzo gets in behind, as he always does, and gets a kill or two. And that's where it all unravels for Twice. But they do get Sprayer again. They do have an advantage again. It's just taking them a little bit longer to get there.
Spire the man! Oh no!
Oh, that's huge!
He comes through under, and I think that might have been a butter knife to a revolver shot, or some combination of the two. That gives so much add to Jorge and the rest of Twice. They're taking the space through Choke and also finding that med kill. Very important. There's pressure on the point here. Delt is going to try to cap this one out. No one's really able to touch right now. There's a Demo Man flying around, but can he secure it? Here comes this NG and the Soldier. Demo's doing his best, but the Heavy is now the last hope. Mezzo's on point. Absolute chaos. It looks like they may be able to hold this, CeeJaey.
That was so well played from Delt. It just felt like there was nobody else to really help him. He went in, like they dropped Blur and they dropped Sammy. Demo and Heavy out of your push. Uber advantage push. You really want one of those, at least one of those to be involved. Both of them get taken out. So it's a solo Uber onto Delt. He just sets everyone on fire, pushes them back towards spawn, goes towards the point. The blockers come in. He starts air blasting them. He gets so much cap time. He just needed one more person to commit onto the point and get that damage, finish off the cap, but it's just not enough. And now they're ready to push last. Half the cap time has gone down already. They have an Uber disadvantage, but they should just dry push this, I think.
Both spies taken out here, and yeah, I mean, if you get players onto the point, you could cap it out fairly quickly. However, Sandberg's going to be sitting there and not letting anyone touch. Back to the corner, looking around. I mean, spies are dead right now, so don't have to worry about that, but he is going to try to hold down that location. Demo Man watching Choke eats a lot of damage, though. That's Murphy backing off, and now Dima wants to get some spam in. We might see a fight come in a moment here. Mezzo will find the stab onto the other spy, so maybe lurking in the background will be Mezzo. Still even Uber, so I'm just waiting to see who's going to want to commit. Dima's so weak, he'll finally go down. That will definitely slow things down for Twice.
Yeah, again, like, they want somebody. I mean, they get Viljack, that's a pick, but it's a scout, not really the class that can defend the last point too well. Clark has got a level 2 set up. Denkra going down, that's going to be less pick potential coming out of Twice. They really need to find somebody big. You know, getting an Uber drop would be huge, but getting something done is going to be the case in play here, because these Uber exchanges don't work for Twice, especially on this map. The chokes are very, very close. They are very tight, and the issue being that the best place to go is from the tightest choke. And if you go for an Uber exchange, the defensive team is always going to have the advantage. So SDCK are just quite happy to soak up the pressure here, wait for Twice to make the move, and it's going to take something big to dislodge them at this rate.
One thing I just noticed, Chaculex is running Battalion's backup right now, and I mean, even from the defending POV, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of banner play on this map. Procky is getting kind of destroyed right now by Denkra, but that has been the target of most of the bombs we mentioned before. Chaculex will go in onto that sniper a lot. Here's the Uber exchange, mostly the Pyro. Delt doing his best, but he'll go down. Clark dies as well. No defensive engineer in play right now. I don't know if the gun is dead. I believe the gun is now dead, and an opportunity for a backcap is now in effect. Got Tempesar on the side, I think, but I don't think that. Well, he's going for it. He's going to try to 1v2 with Scout Med as Chaculex starts to cap out this point. Not a great play.
Not a great play, but as you can see, there's only about 4 minutes left on the clock. They're just waiting now. SDCK, you know, it's getting really, really close to being GG as it is. 3-0 up and only 4 minutes to go. It's, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's going to be extremely difficult for Twice to get anything out of this map. Best thing they can do here is play aggressive, hope the fights go their way, maybe go for some cheeky backouts, which is what Sneaky's trying to do. Doesn't manage to get anything done. But it's just very, very difficult now because SDCK hold all the cards. They have the Uber advantage. They can just hit. Deep is in though. Gets one rocket onto Spare. The next is so weak. That second rocket was just far enough away. Does actually get the force. Jorge is only 70% though. They're backing away from Choke, but it's only Clark in the Uber. An engineer Uber through Choke is probably not the play they want to go for here. And maybe chance for Twice to get around on the board here. Get the morale up. Get the ball rolling for the second map.
Absolutely. Twice definitely seems to be waking up a bit, but there's still a lot of resistance from SDCK. Here is the Uber popped out. It's onto this demo, but Pyro, Yahoo doing such a good job denying that. And Uber will go back in favor of Spryer and the rest of SDCK with under 3 to play. Look at Sandburn. Sandburn has been going behind. This Tomislav flank heavy. He wants someone to dare to go through the garage side here. And I think that's the call. I think it used to have a truck
good,
here.
yeah.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it's garage. Yeah. I played on an older version, so excuse my old callouts. But here he is. He's going to gun down this demo man. No, he almost gets them. As Blur will come in and help. This left side push through garage. He's I think what Twice wants to commit with. The opposite side here is they're actually going to find a couple more frags, 3 down on the side of SDCK as they try to continue to hold this off. Pressure ain't on the point from the scout. Now we have to play the point if you're rooting for SDCK right now. Yahoo doing his best, but there's a lot of frags. Still has the Uber on him, so he can't quite cap it. It looks like in the last seconds, or in last minutes here with 2 to play, Twice is going to finally take a round.
Hey, it's possible. I mean, you know, they just... they say last round wins, right? You know, that's hopeful thinking. It might just be out of the realms of possibility. They're going to have to wipe and get somebody already running to seconds to get the chain cap going here. Don't think SDCK are going to allow that happen as a 145, but Twice looking stronger towards the end there. Some good plays. Managed to get things done. They do take down Murphy. They get the first pick on this mid fight. So maybe they're starting to feel things a little bit. Maybe they're starting to warm up.
Yeah, I think they're finally turning on the gas a little bit more, and the bomb from Jackie Leg's able to pick up 1, but it's not as powerful as it has been before, as there's only really 3 alive here. Is Fryer gonna go down? Some nice pipes from from Sammy on the other side of things. Although a lot more frags going the other way as well. Midpoint will not be capped, which basically spells doom for Twice here, as with 1 minute remaining, no mid cap means no points. No mid cap, and there's not going to be enough time for the round. Officially dead time now, and it's going to be 3-1 to SDCK, but I'd say that's fair. I'd say that's actually fair. I mean, Twice have done enough at moments during this map to at least deserve a round on the board, and SDCK haven't been as clinical with their last pushes. So, considering 5-0 was the scoreline when these two teams played on this map in the group stage, Twice are going to be looking at this and being like, okay, we lost the map, but it's an improvement on what we did yesterday. So, look at
something,
the spy. Momo was decloaked and disguised in front of the heavy and med. Now he's just running around. Everyone's having a good time right now in these last couple seconds of this first map. I think Twice was, if this were NA, for example, and we were going to go back and have another half, which is the standard over here across the pond, I think Twice might be able to take 1 or 2 more and make it a lot more interesting here. I don't think the scoreline fully does justice to how that match ended up. We have an opportunity to take a look at logs here before we go to map number 2. First thing standing out to me is the medic deaths.
I think on this next map, Proplant, we're going to be seeing a lot of DM, but I think this is going to be closer. I would say maybe Twice have a really good chance on this map. Maybe this is where their chance is to shine and get back into this tie.
I don't think I've actually played Proplant. I've played Coalplant. I've played Asheville. Asheville being the standard in NA these days. But I have not seen it with bright, shiny skies. It's very nice. It looks like we are going live here on map number 2. Do you have a prediction for us, CeeJaey?
I think it's going to be 3-2. I think SDCK will pull it out, but I think it's going to be a close one. I think Twice are going to channel their K-pop namesakes, like the SNSD team of old. And actually, first kill goes to Murphy, absolutely deleting Piyaka from the mid-bite, but takes a lot of damage from it. And, quite aggressive from SDCK here, really rocking what the plan was for Twice as they lose a few players. They don't have Denkra, they don't have Blur, and I think Diva jumps in onto Sprayer and gets the med kill, the only kill they get, Godfather, but it's a big one.
And a lol in chat. One thing I noticed, so Sammy went under on that mid, and I think he was with someone else as well. Not what you want to see from your demo man on a mid fight. Demo man needs to be trapping down those angles, securing shutter, making sure no one can really walk around the corner and just bot in onto your team. And well, we saw a soldier just jump around in the sky and find that med kill, as you mentioned. Now dropping down from bats, I think is going to be the play. Dickmann going to try to take that roof away, as a nice shot there from the sniper will take down the edgy. Not too big of a pick here, but still frags in favor of SDCK, as Del is trying to peek in here, but Mezzo's behind, and I think he knows it, so he's going to go try to hunt him down.
Yeah, Mezzo actually got both Jorge and I think it was Denkra as well. He was lurking for so long, gets the double kill and survives. by virtue of that dead ringer. So it's almost criminal how a Spy is able to get 2 of the biggest kills on a COD map and get away with it. Huge advantage for Sprayer now, 100% backing off to the backside. They have a crits actually, it's 100% crits, so didn't notice that first time around. So we'll have to see whether Sneaky has been given the intel to his team, and Murphy's going to use it. The first one hits Sammy, the second hits Delty. Both Pyro and Demo out of the equation. Jorge has run for the hills, does not want to die to that. Viltrak on the cleanup, getting Denkra and
Soldier. Oh, you can't secure the next rocket though. Sprayer is staying alive, as I mentioned. On the first mid-fight, we saw both medics going down. Sprayer staying alive there will be crucial on crits here, but Uber coming up on the other side of things, so finding that med kill on to Jorge will be very crucial for SDCK. Gonna lose their scout here, down a couple, including the heavy. A lot of space being taken as a result by the side of Twice with that full Uber, as I mentioned. Scout's gonna edge point here, forcing back the rest of SDCK so they can get ready for their upcoming crits.
Yeah, now that you know they have crits, you can play accordingly. You know you have Uber, and you can just say, hey, if they use crits, then we use our Uber and we kill them. Or, if we see they're close, we use Uber, which is what they're doing. They're trying to clean up. He's so weak. He's 30 HP. Finally gets cleaned up by Sammy. I mean, you have crits. You can't survive that, but they're dropping a lot of players here. Dima, Delty, Sammy, now Denkra as well. All dying. Sprayer has died, but you still have active fraggers on the point. Jacula is getting some cap time while shooting some rockets at Jorge, making sure he's not going to stay in healing his team. And SDCK are probably just going to recapture this despite losing their med against an Uber.
Yep, and we didn't see Blur go for anything there. Instead, he's standing at the entrance to lower, denying anyone from coming up there. Now this demo is going to be on him a little bit. You got to be careful. And Jorge is sitting in lower as well. Bit of interesting positioning I'm seeing here. Murphy going to get headshot down from that sniper, I believe, on Bats. A very nice sightline to work with here, as Twice is going to come back in onto point. Got some players jumping forward. Here comes the Soldier trying to get some damage in onto point, but 3-4 go down on the side of SDCK, and Cap will go back in favor of Twice. With under 30 on the round timer for SDCK, a little bit more frags happening as the demo will go down to the shotgun from Yahoo. Nice pick off there at the very end. Sprayer and Yahoo just trying to stay alive in under right now. Now here's Murphy. Murphy wants to go deep. Murphy trying to go deep, gets the force off. A nice play there. But now, will they be able to come back and find that other med kill? Doesn't look like it. So Sprayer will live, keep that Uber ad. He's back on stock.
I think Twice need to rethink their positioning when they're holding on this back left side, because too many players were able to just get in there. Like, it wasn't just Murphy. Viljack ran in as well. I think I also saw Jackie Legs taking some high ground. It was way too easy for them to get onto Jorge. They're going to see the Uber being used here by SDCK. Sammy is dead, Dima's going to die, and Piyaka is actually being chased here by Sab and will finally get cleaned up. So they have to go in now. The round is going to go to SDCK, there's no question about that. But when you have an Uber advantage and you're in control at the point, you need to make sure you're ready for those sacks. You know the suicides are going to come in. You know they want to force your medic or take an exchange. Make sure you're in a position to deny those players, or at least go in and take the exchange. And Twice don't seem to be doing that. So at the moment, SCCK capture the point. They hold it for at least a minute. Twice need to try and find a way to do the same.
Absolutely, and onto this next mid. Sniper immediately from Shutter finds that scout, and Dima wants to jump forward onto this isolated demo, hits the air shot. Nice little juggle there. So far, so good for the side of Twice on this mid. They have the space right now as Sprayer, the rest of his combo, those that are alive anyway, are sitting in under, but Sprayer's very weak, down to 14 health. They're going to lose Yahoo as well. Gunned down by Sandburn. A couple frags both directions, but so far, it's all in favor of Twice, except Sprayer's going to go down here. The gun from Momo, the sneaky cat, finds that med kill at the end of the fight.
Yeah, just we're seeing these spies use the revolvers. Viljack though just running at Jorge and gets the kill, trades his life just as the cap goes down. And because that was so late, Jorge had a 16-second respawn. That is absolutely tragic, and SCCK can just buff their players, wait for their respawns, push in before Jorge is even in any sort of position to, even be there to heal his team. Jackie Legs tries to jump in, just gets absolutely denied there in midair. And SCCK are in a better position, but actually Twice have found themselves a bit of an angle here. Jackie Legs jumping in, trying to get some room. Blur does go down, but Twice aren't giving this up for free.
Dima trying to jump in, but getting reflected. A lot of the rockets are, so not able to pick up any damage or frags, but the Spy comes in, picks up the sniper. Wanted the med for sure there. Spire will stay alive and working onto the red team's ramp right now. Absolutely denying any space is the SDCK combo, so I'm expecting a rotation around to bats from the side of Twice.
Yeah, they have an uber disadvantage. Maybe they want to go for a bit of a sack here onto Sprayer, get something done. You know, they're trying to take high ground, but it's very well played. Denker actually takes down Viljak, so he was the one patrolling that high ground. Now that's free, so somebody to take. I think Piyaka is eyeing it up. Actually, no, he's going to go down towards the cap. They want to try and play on the floor, and Jackie Legs gets reflected by Delty, and Sandburn is dropped out of the Uber. Those are two huge kills there, and that does mean that maybe this post-Uber fight is going to go for a bit better for Twice. Dima is doing so much damage!
Oh my god, the Spy distraction, the Soldier Bomb, absolutely beautiful from Twice there. Getting that med kill as well as a few more, and Murphy's just 7 health. Cannot be a threat any longer. Jackie Legs will die to the mini sentry. One thing I was going to mention earlier is engineers here on this sort of map, they can deny a lot of space with mini sentries. You can put a wrangled mini up on roof. You can put it by shutter here. That wrangled gun will be a threat to any squishy classes or soldiers trying to jump in onto your combo. So good to see him putting in a little bit of work on a typically not so frag heavy class, but we are almost at full Uber for the side of Twice here as Jackie Legs jumping in, looking for something, he gets it! Oh my lord, once again, Jackie Legs, the soldiers, so dominant on this map.
It's just the difference in what is required from both teams to get the medic. Right, that was a better Uber exchange. They killed 2 players before an Uber exchange. They positioned themselves well. They had 3 players going for a coordinated sack, and they managed to get the medic. But Dima comes in again, and yeah, it's going to be Piyaka that gets credit for the kill. They're cleaning up the damage. I just felt it was way too easy for Jackie Legs to just jump in there and get Jorge. He's just not being protected, but they have lost the point here twice, but they do have an Uber advantage. Jorge about 30-35% more, and you have to see if they're going to do something similar where they're just going to go forward and try and take the fight before the Ubers come out.
Yeah, sitting up on bats here, typical of a team that wants to work their way forward in just a second. Sandberg taken up by a snipe from Denka. Still a threat here. Dima going to look for some heals before getting ready to jump in is my guess, as here comes the combo working their way forward, but losing their heavy, and there's so many players falling down here. Scout, Pyro, heavy, all down. So many frags, nice headshots, and as well that wrangled gun, as mentioned, doing some work here, and teams underrate it, underestimate it, ends up causing them some lives.
Yeah, Proki didn't have a ton of kills on the previous map, maybe because everyone else was just getting the kills and he wasn't getting in on the action, but he's on a 5k right now, so he takes down Denker again, and he played on the original Cold Plant back when Fader was really strong at it, so he knows how to play this map very well. He knows with the positioning. There's an Uber exchange going on point, and it's just going to be Yahoo just pushing people away, just making sure they're nowhere near. He's going to get onto Sammy now as well, and combines with Mezzo, gets Jorge. Yahoo just running wild and surviving. He's at 5 HP right now, and it's pretty much a wipe here on the side of Twice. Just how a Pyro is able to get into those positions for free and live just shows why Yahoo is the Pyro of the season again and again and again.
Dima there tried to initiate early fight, and there was a trap right there waiting for him. Murphy gets the dent, and that is just sad to see, but shows a little bit of adaptation here from the side of SDCK, as they are well aware that Dima can get in for free sometimes. Very dangerous situation to be in. Now trying to get back onto point here, but losing so many players. Proggy on his 7k at the moment. Sanford picking up a couple frags here and there as well. 4 seconds on the clock. They need to touch it a second. Jorge, with barely any health and just an Uber, can't do anything to help the point, and that will be 2-0 here on map number 2.
You kind of see the difference there. Twice looking so much better in this second round compared to the first. They had it down to 113, and SDCK still had over 2 minutes to play. And after they captured the point, they just never let it go again. They had an Uber advantage. They had so many opportunities, but Twice just could not get anything done. Piyaka just Wing across the point, takes Murphy out straight away. Viljak will help clean him up there.
Legs!
They get the medic. It's so free, Godfather. How is it so free for Jackie every time?
He can just jump over the roof, and for some reason people aren't expecting it time and time again. Here's Dima trying to trade back out, and he gets so many. a huge counterplay there as he will pick up the eventual med kill, and that will certainly even things out a little bit. Nice sacrifice play at the end. Bit of an ad now for Jorge and the rest of Twice, but I really think that maybe just put your mini on the roof if you're the side of Twice and try to deny that as best you can. Bring your scout in close when that soldier's alive, or try to focus him down. Here is the repush now. Mets are going under instead. Lots of frags. His Murphy's also going to fall to the sniper once again. There, that is a very clean retake, but Jackie Legs is coming in. You got to be careful. Jorge playing it safe in this situation. Won't get taken out this time.
I'm just trying to see what kind of setup they've got here. They've got Blair kind of on the high ground, and Piñaka, who is also playing the high ground, gets taken out straight away by Brokey. So that's going to, again, leave the opportunity for Sazama to jump high without a scout denying. And Sammy's trying to do it. Gets knocked off by a couple of rockets from Jackie Legs, who now has the information as to where the other team is holding. But Jorge still has that over advantage, about 20% still. SDCK have to be careful here.
Phil Jack is behind! Phil Jack! Oh my, what is he doing there? I have no clue. A nice headshot there onto Dima, taking down the soldier. No more threats from him. Missing the headshot onto the sniper, though. We'll have to see if they rescope and find it. Rocky just barely missing here. Jackie Legs does die. Here's the repush coming in from the side of SDCK. They'll pop onto their heavy, and they don't have their power there quite yet. Sandbird up on roof for a second. Oh, if only he had stopped his momentum, he would have been a huge threat up top, but not able to do so. And now a couple frags going in favor of Twice. A lot of weak players, though. Got to be careful, especially with a counter push, but losing Spryer likely will mean a reset from SDCK.
Yeah, that's actually looking a lot better. Jackie Legs! I was going to say, if he gets Jorge again, I'm just disconnecting. If he's able to jump in by himself into 5 players and get the medic kill again, I think that would have been enough for me for one evening. But no, it's looking a lot better for Twice. Only 1 minute 30 to go. They've got a minute lead over SDCK right now. Quite similar to what we saw before. But this time, can they hold on to it? They have the Uber advantage as well. They have the control of the point. Mezzo dead ringing across the point. Murphy and Jackie Legs jumping in. And they get the drop. The pipe from Murphy. The fade away.
I didn't even realize he got the drop because I thought he was just dead immediately, but no, the focus fire isn't there. Maybe
I don't think he had it just yet, actually. I take that back. It was 91%, but that last pipe, I think, was just directed at the dispenser, and just the splash manages to take down the medic.
The control point is being captured.
Splash doesn't save you. Sorry, armor doesn't save you from splash is what I meant to say here. We'll see Spryer. Wait, where did he die from? Was that a trap?
Our control point.
Sammy just launching.
Yeah, going deep. Gotta respect it.
Yeah, I mean, the demos are making these big plays, just jumping in and getting the medics. It's about everyone else who can, if they can clean up, but it's Mezzo who gets the revolver kill. I mean,
Jackie Legs again.
Oh, it was looking so good for Twice. They could have regrouped there. They could have got something done, but losing their medic and then just bleeding players now. You're handing a position now to SDCK you don't want them to be in. They have control of the point. They have Uber advantage, and they have the majority of their players up. It's so much hard work to get that opening pick and really snowball something into a round. And this is what we saw in round 2, and it led to SDCK sealing it out. So we'll have to see what happens here. Proki is alive. And he's been on fire since round 2. We'll have to see if he can continue that spree.
Absolutely. Gotta really turn on the gas here. Dima dying. Not what you want to see. Sniper v Sniper in action right now, but not finding the secured kills. Jackie Legs is in again. He'll find one. The scout as well doing some work. Here is the Uber on point. We'll see the demo find his counterpart and take him out. Now just standing on the enemy's ramp. Wait, what's that? Oh, I thought I heard a med die. Now I do! As the scout walks forward in the opponent's lobby and finds Jorge. I have to say, I think it's just a flank diff right now. SDCK so clean with their bombs, their positioning on the flank. They can just get in for free every time and find those crucial frags.
Yeah, they managed to get kills. They got force. They used the Uber, and I've known Viljack for a long time. I've played on a team with him for like 5 years now. And if there's one thing I know about him, he has like a keyboard where like half the keyboard is made up of a W key. And I know he wasn't going to let go of that W key until he was dead or Jorge was dead. and Jorge died because he just chased him all the way. He never stopped. Managed to get that kill. Sprayer, on the other hand, was already running back to his spawn. So they gave up the cap, but now have a 30% ad by virtue of Sprayer surviving. And that allows SDCK to get this repush. And it's going to go into overtime. But Yaka just jumps in. It's the distraction for Denkra to get the kill. So Sprayer, 17-second respawn queue now. SDCK have to really work here. They're going to have no buffs. They're going to have no heals. And Twice have a huge... They just need to cap this. And they get around on the board.
Scentbird's hiding in what would be Toxic on a different map. JackeyLegs goes in, finds the Heavy, now jumping out. I'm waiting to see, but I think they know, or at least they see the mini. Maybe Sandburn hasn't quite been spotted yet. Here comes the push. It's going to be chopping down from Bats. And now the Soldier jumping forward, looking for Spire. The Uber comes in, trying to get him down, and they do find the med. Now, the question is, can they cap out this point in time? Lots of frags going their way, but JackeyLegs is in, late to the fight, and he'll find the med kill, has the shotgun ready. Actually, that was Yahoo with the shotgun ready, and a lot of frags going back both ways. They haven't capped it out yet. It's just the Spy and Sniper versus another Spy on point. Gotta win the revolver shots. Mezzo's gonna dead ring out of there. Now the Scout coming forward onto the point. The Soldier's gonna be there to help him in just a moment, and they're not gonna be able to cap this out, but here comes Engineer and Pyro onto this point. Murphy's there. Gotta link up, and we're on crits on the side of Twice. These final 10 seconds, it won't be enough. The Scout's coming in, looking for the demo. Sammy's very in trouble. Milljack will find it, but he'll die for it in the end. A little bit of point presence right now from Twice. Delt's gotta stay on here. Now the demo, the Pyro, everyone's coming forward from the side of SDCK. They don't want to give it up. They want to secure this point. Murphy getting so weak, but he'll have to back off before recommitting. I think I'm hearing some engineers running out of ammo here as absolute chaos continues on this point, CeeJaey. And I don't know if this fight's ever going to end.
No, Blur and Bayaka are trying to fight on the point, but they're both going to die simultaneously there. They're trying to get the cap in. Twice are trying with their better spawns to just get bodies on the point. It's actually going to be a quick fix from Sprayer to keep his players alive. He's going to get killed, though, by the crits from Tima. Oh! It's another rocket onto JackeyLegs. They're getting the cap time, but is it going to be enough? Clark's in now. Mezzo gets 2. Viljack's going to take clean up another. Proki's in a 6 kill streak. There's so much cap time. It's so much cap time, but they can't. They need to finish it off. Viljack cleans up.
Here's the Pyro coming forward onto the point. Has support from his heals. Delt will pick off the Scout, but here's JackeyLegs, the threat of the game so far. Lots of damage onto the Sniper as well, who's going to rescope, look for the damage. They haven't capped it out. It's over, double overtime right now. No, they're going to C9. Oh no, SDCK will close it out in an intense last fight. That went for probably at least a minute there. Wow.
All right, so let's rewind a couple of minutes there. Twice have overtime on the cap. Now, overtime on King of the Hill, for those of you who don't know, means if you cap it when you're on overtime, it means that's it, you win. The cap gets sealed and you've won the game. So all Twice needed to do in the last 2 minutes there was to capture the point. So they have an Uber advantage. They Uber in, they kill, I think, 3 or 4 players. And then you think, okay, it's done. They just get their cappers on the point and they'll finish the round. That'll be it, and we'll be moving on to round 4. But JackeyLegs somehow gets a 4K. And then it's a combination of JackeyLegs, Viljack, and Mezzo. Like, the 3 of them just fight off the remainder of Twice in the post-Uber, just fighting the point, taking down sentries, getting backstabs, revolvering, meat-shotting, just killing anyone who was trying to hold the cap. And you think at that point, that's a clutch play. If they can degrade the cap time enough, that's it. You know, they take the round. But Twice start getting their respawns. And the thing is, Twice, because they don't have the point, their respawns are much, much faster. Nearly twice as fast, excuse the pun, of SDCKs. And somehow SDCK keep throwing people forward and holding on to the point. And you just end in this perpetual fight on point where Twice have to get kills but also cap time. And SDCK have to get kills but also deny the cap. And somehow SDCK win it. And I mean, that was chaotic, but SDCK showed some real class there. And Twice will be just thinking, what more could we have done?
Absolutely a terrific fight to watch. And congrats to SDCK. My words are all gone. I used them all up. And do you want to take a look at logs here? Because they are, these are some logs to save.
There's some spicy logs. And yeah, that does mean Season 24 Preseason Cup champions of the Premiership division is going to be SDCK.
But I think that's about it to wrap it up. What do you think, CeeJaey?
I think that's pretty much it. I'm like you said, I think I've run out of words now. We used about 1,000 words a minute during that final overtime stage. I think you can check out our social media over on Chriscast. We are on Twitch, obviously. Check out all of those places if you want updates on what's going on with Chriscast. You can also buy some merch if you want. You can go check that out on the links displayed on the page, merch.critscast.com. You can also support us over on Patreon. All of the funding for the merch and the subbing and whatnot, that goes towards the production staff and the casters. So you'll be supporting the people that you can hear and the people who manage to put up all of these amazing overlays for you and allow us to cast over these amazing games. But I've got no more words. Godfather, have you got anything else you want to say before we disappear?
This has been the ETF2L Highlander Season 24 Preseason Cup. Grand Finals between SDCK and Twice. SDCK are your champions. Have a good night.
Hi, old beaver! Away!